It's late. I don't even know how loud I can talk because people are sleeping. So, sorry, this is going to be the quiet episode. Brought to you by Zevia. Right, turn this away so I stop looking at it. Okay, so this might be a terrible idea, drinking caffeine at 10:45 at night, but we'll see. So, today, well, actually, let's go over yesterday first. I did not make it to the gym yesterday. I know. That's not the game plan, but my legs were not recovering. I was walking around like Frankenstein yesterday. My quads were destroyed. The only thing that felt good was like bending my legs completely into a kneeling position and sitting on the bed and just letting my muscles stretch out like that. Walking was ridiculous. My calves were so sore too. Going up and down stairs hurt so much. Standing up out of a chair also was really difficult. So by the time Karen got home from work, went and got some groceries and stuff, I was like, okay, you know what, I'm just gonna rest. I was talking to my buddy JD, again, shout out to JD, who you're gonna meet in a few weeks. I'm gonna go out to his place in Ancaster and do some work with him on this and also on his channel and stuff. Put that away. But yeah, he gave me some tips on, as far as like with the lunges for one, doing step ups instead of lunges for the time being until my legs get stronger. Also doing like 70% of the sets as opposed to the full sets, which is something I talked about the first video. Was that I was gonna like I'm not gonna push it too hard. I'm gonna be smart about it. But it's, I don't know, it's kind of tough like once you get into it. And I mean, listening to music, I listen to Metallica and Eminem and Rage Against the Machine. I listen to stuff like Perfect Circle. I listen to just stuff that's just getting me jacked the entire time, getting me amped. And it's kind of hard not to just want to do that extra rep and want to lift it a little bit more. I mean, I'm not new to lifting weights. It's something I've done quite a bit off and on over the last at least 10 years, if not more. Just nothing, obviously, it was never coupled with proper nutrition or anything like that, but there is, once you get into lifting weights, once you start enjoying it, there's just a rush of testosterone that you get out of it, and you just like this primal need to want to push more and push heavier stuff. But anyways, so that's that. So I didn't do anything yesterday. Diet's going well, still eating properly. Yesterday I think I went a little over, like I was talking about in the morning, I went a little over, I think about like 300 or 400 calories over my day. Again, I think that was just down to with the legs wanting to recover. I went and bought some better whey protein isolate. I hope this stuff's good. Isoflex. There's no sugars. There's 1 gram of carbohydrate in the entire in a 30-gram scoop. 27 grams of protein. So that was one suggestion yesterday from JD, was to take a protein shake to try and get my leg muscles to heal quicker, and also do an Epsom salt bath, which I haven't gotten around to doing that yet, but maybe tomorrow. But then today, Today when I got up again, I was still a little sore. It wasn't as bad as yesterday, but I was still feeling it. But I wasn't really hungry, and I had a sensible lunch, as I am doing. I didn't eat till about noon. And one nice little surprise today is I am in ketosis. I've got my keto sticks, and I'm finally I have small to medium traces of ketones in my good old urine. So so my body is now burning fat for fuel, which is nice. Excuse me. And in a way, I think I can actually feel it. I think I can actually tell, because I'm not hungry. I don't really ever feel too hungry. The only time I felt hungry today was when I got out of the gym. I didn't go to the gym till tonight. I'll get into that in a second. But when I woke up in the morning, I wasn't starving or anything. I eventually went and had some breakfast, had a bulletproof coffee, and that, I've got energy all day long from that. So then getting into to workout finally, after Karen got home, we had to take our dog to obedience training. So that was class number 1 for Ella, which is more of training me and Karen as opposed to training our dog. But it seems to be working. And now we have little spray bottles to shoot our dogs with when they're doing stuff that they aren't supposed to be. So that's been a fun game tonight of shooting the dogs with water. I've got to make sure I'm only doing it when I'm disciplining, though. So after all that, went to the gym today with the new routine thing that I've got in JE Fit. Today was biceps and triceps. Actually, I shot a few things on my GoPro. I don't know if I'm gonna fit it in here or not. So if it turned out okay, here's some shots. If it didn't turn out okay, well, I'm not showing you anything. I felt kind of weird trying to set up a camera a little, even though it's a little GoPro. I felt weird like putting it there and recording, because it was really busy tonight. Normally when I'm going in the morning, there's maybe 6-7 people there. Tonight there was probably 30 or so. So it was a bit trickier, but I managed to get a good workout in. Came home, had a huge dinner, because I didn't have much for breakfast. Like I said, I wasn't really hungry this morning. I ate really sensibly, and then even when I came home, it was only then when I was driving home from the gym that I was kind of like, oh, I'm starting to feel hungry, and I had a relatively big dinner. I had an 8-ounce steak, a chicken leg and thigh, some eggs, and then sour cream and avocado. Pretty much I'm going to be eating almost the same thing every single day. They say I'm not too worried right now about getting into like recipes and trying different foods and stuff. I really want to just focus on the food as fuel, and that's what I gotta look at it as. Is just I have to put certain amounts of fuel in the tank, and that's it. That doesn't mean that it doesn't taste good. When you cook a steak properly, you've seasoned it with salt and pepper, and you cook it properly, that thing is delicious. There's almost nothing better than a well-cooked steak. So, although I can't eat steak every day, but I had one in the fridge I had to get eaten up. So, yeah. I do want to say, it's one of those things I've been meaning to say, but it just keeps escaping me. Is thank you to everyone who's put a comment or sent me a message on Facebook or texted me or emailed me, messaged me on Instagram. I really didn't. I didn't expect a, a response like this. Yeah, I'm a little. I'm humbled by it. I appreciate the comments. I appreciate the messages. Um, I hope that hopefully me going through this can somehow help someone else. I know it's still early days, I'm only a couple days in, but I'm hoping that further down the road, a month from now, 2 months from now, 6 months from now, as I stick to this, I hope that by documenting all of this and having this available for people to see, it's not so much about look what I did. It is allowing me to stay committed to it and be honest about it. But to me, it's more important that other people who are in the same situation as me have the same anxieties, same fears, just really some possibly have tried before but never had any results. I mean, I've been on so many different diets over the years. I remember being in high school, and I had a nutritionist that was trying to help me lose weight. At that point, obviously, I wasn't this big, but I was probably like 60, 80 pounds overweight in high school at like 16, 17 years old. And this just goes to the nutrition guidelines of the day that, they wanted me to eat a salad with salad dressing, and basically they wanted like all these low fat things that were just packed full of sugar, and they wanted me to drink a lot of like meal replacement stuff like Boost, and so we're talking about the amount of grams of sugar that they were packing into me every single day, and seeing almost no result, and it was almost like I was being blamed. Like the nutritionist couldn't understand how by eating what she's telling me to eat, I was getting nowhere. And she just kept insisting that I'm not following it, and that, I must be eating other things. And it's like, no, I had tried really hard to follow what it was, because even 16, 17, it's a formidable age. It's when people say shit, and it still kind of matters. I mean, as you get older, you can kind of say whatever when people call you names and stuff, or you beat the shit out of them. but as a teenager, that does a lot to you. That shapes your future. That's where, those are things that stay with you forever. So yeah. I don't know where I was going with that, but yeah, just anybody who's feels like they're in my shoes or something similar, hoping that this can help, because this isn't really hard. It isn't. I know there's an end goal. I know I have a goal that I want to get to. But I think the biggest issue I could have is if I focus on that. Because that'll make it seem really daunting. I mean, I'm talking about losing almost 200 pounds. That's a lot of weight. But all I'm doing is focusing on every single day, when I get up in the morning, just making the right decisions. Eat what I'm supposed to eat and get my workout in. That's all I have to do. They're very, very simple things. I know it can be a bit tricky financially. I've been there. I mean, eating, there's a big debate. Some people say it's not hard, but I mean, when you're talking about protein and fat, it can get pricey. But I mean, it's easier and cheaper to buy things that are carbohydrates, and I mean, You look at it, that's why there's sugar in everything, and it's the cheapest shit on the planet because it's everywhere. Christ, you go somewhere and buy a pop, they give you free pop. But you don't see people handing out free chickens and free avocados and things like that. That'd be amazing if you could go to a restaurant and have unlimited avocado, or even just like unlimited guacamole. That'd be great. But yeah, it's not super difficult if you can afford it. If you're wasting money on other things, like I say, I've been a smoker for a super long time. So what's that? There's probably spending $40 every week in cigarettes. I was, sorry, not anymore. I was. So right there, $40. That's a good chunk of your groceries right there. Anyway, I don't want to get too much into it tonight. It is late. I got to get this edited. And I need to get some sleep because I'll be back up early and do my training in the morning. I'm not a big fan of these weekends right now with Karen working because she takes the truck. When it gets a bit warmer, maybe I'll bike to the gym or something, but right now it's just, I'll have to kind of put up with it. I'll have to put up with the going to the gym later in the evening and having a little less recovery time on Sundays. But yeah. Anyway, again, thanks for all the positive messages and all the comments. It really means a lot, and it definitely makes this easier by seeing that people are actually paying attention. Again, it's not about me, look at me, but the fact that people are paying attention means that hopefully someone else will benefit from this at some point, and someone else will see it that needs to. So yeah, again, thanks guys. Yeah, that's it. I just made a noise. Have a great Monday. Okay.